It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature Pittsburgh as they go.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome and happy holiday and nothing. He is a legend. Thank you, DA. And the front court matchup, definitely, Clark, one to watch. It could be a battle of wills tonight in this one.
I agree with you there. They both got tremendous skill, but it comes down to the mentality. And I'm interested to see who actually wins the battle of wills, asserts himself the most and most consistent.
Sometimes it is the battle more than just what you got talent-wise. It's what you're thinking upstairs, your focus, and how you approach it.
Yeah, the mentality, and sometimes being physical starts with your mentality.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks, D'Angelo Russell out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, down low. Here is Russell, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. And Whiteside with the basket on the assist from Smart.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Beal against Smart. To the paint. Aldridge, no luck. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside, Smart. Pass to Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Beal finds Batum. Back to Beal. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
You know, for the Mavericks, protecting the rim has been an issue. Bottom of the league in block shots 3 years in a row now.
Now here's Markkanen. Here's Smart over Beverly. Whiteside trying to break free. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. And talking about the Mavericks defense, they also had trouble stopping dribble penetration.
Well, not really athletic as a group, which was part of the problem in that area of the game, but extremely smart as a group. They knew what offenses were trying to do to stop them. I think some of that is not just the IQ of the players, but the acumen of the coaching staff. Very sharp and shrewd in game plan design.
Left side, Beal. Lobbed up there for Howard.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Smart kicks to Russell. 1:16 left to play in the first. Back to Smart. To the inside. George with the bucket.
I love the activity. George is not just a perimeter player, folks. You can depend on him down low, too.
The pass to Howard. Passes it to Batum. It's Beal on the wing. Lets it go. The shot, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They're getting their first look at the season at Pittsburgh in this one.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
Exactly. I mean, when you lose as much as they did last year, you'll get beat by teams that aren't playoff powers for sure.
Here's Beverly. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Here's Aldridge. Great touch on the 16-footer.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
And here's Smart. Down low. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Smart. Smart's got 3 assists now in this one. The shot off that time. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Dallas. They're up by 4. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man, just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
They've got Batum, Patrick Beverley out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Howard, and it's Aldridge in at the 4 spot. And for Dallas, we've got Russell. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Paul George, and it's Smart in at the 2.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Here's Batum after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Pass to Beverley. Inside. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Markkanen. Smart against Beal. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. Russell against Beverley. Russell kicks to Smart. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Now Russell. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. Whiteside, good.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that lettuce at the line, man. Easy points available at the free throw line. You got to cash those in.
1:44 left in the second quarter. Pittsburgh working the ball around and stolen by Whiteside. Beverley against Russell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from L.A. and the episode he had there with his teammates, and I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
Now here's Howard. Really had troubles in the loss to Portland. Aldridge. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
And George kicks to Whiteside. Over Batum. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Whiteside's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. Outside, Beal. Whiteside against Howard. Pass to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Beverley the pass to Batum. Kicks it to Howard. Beverly against Russell. Now here's Beal. He's covered closely. Misses in close.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb. Stellar. Platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
And Pittsburgh with the possession here. They trail by 14. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Great reach that time by Howard. He went way upstairs to throw that one down. Can pretty much get any pass that's around the goal.
And so it's... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Great. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They dialed up the pressure quite a bit in the second quarter at both ends, and it worked out well for them as their lead grew all the way to 12 points. And that's a wrap.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
Batuma's out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Howard in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Markkanen kicks to Smart. George looking over the floor. Shoots over Batum. George, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there before the D. And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Now here's Smart. 16 feet away. Whiteside. And Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Mavericks leading by 10. Outside, Smart. Beal against Russell. Back to Smart. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. The Mavericks rebound. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You know, guys, you've got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
Head coaches obviously get the attention in all sports, Clark, but the assistants also play very big roles. How do you build chemistry as a coaching staff?
You know, I've never coached, but I've watched a lot of coaches. I think first and foremost, you appreciate your assistant coaches, and then you give them room to grow and develop as coaches. And you share with them the building of the team and the coaching of the team. And that, to me, I think, if you serve your assistant coaches as they're serving you, I think that's how you build the best chemistry.
And loyalty's got to be big among that group on that sideline, doesn't it? Loyal to each other.
Big time. Loyalty to one another, and then also a common focus on really serving the players to the best of their ability collectively.
Here is Whiteside following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
Beverly knows he's out there to pass the ball, guys. A skilled floor general. He really distributes it well.
The pass to Markkanen. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. On the wing, George. Defended by Batum. And good that time. That's now 8 points for Paul George.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Beal against Smart. And Beal kicks to Aldridge. Lays it up and banks it in. Aldridge has got 6 in the quarter.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Outside, George. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Beal against Smart. Shoots over Beal. Smart misses. Beal taking his time here from deep three-point range, and so it's the Dallas Mavericks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Whiteside. Then there's Smart, and there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's George in at the small forward position.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
Beverly finds Howard. George against Batum. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Left side, Smart. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. 6 points for Marcus Smart.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He said, guys, I know you've worked hard. I know you're a little tired, but we got to dig deep right now and find a way. Take a deep breath and let's get it done. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Thank you, David. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Aldridge.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Markkanen can't get it to go. Pittsburgh shooting at a decent 44% clip here. To the paint, fires it up, and he comes up with the deuce.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
George with the ball. Russell looking around. He kicks it to Markkanen. Hits it from three-point range. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
And the quick trigger of Markkanen is impressive. He's got such a fluid release, too, especially on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Batum with the bounce pass. From the low block. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Russell with a wide open look. Off target from outside. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for Pittsburgh. 8-point game. Passes it to Howard. Beverly dishes to Batum. That's tipped and out of bounds as Pittsburgh gains possession. Pittsburgh, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Outside, Beal. And Beverly kicks to Beal. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Right through the D for the layup.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Here is Russell after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Now Russell. On the wing, George. Right side kicks to Smart. Dallas, no good that time either. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Pass to Beverly. Batum against George. Outside, Batum from downtown. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You know, a decent free throw shooter at this point in his career. D'Angelo has the natural stroke, I think, to become one of the league's best. Shoots it very fluidly and easily.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. They trail by 8. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge.
Raised in the ghetto, they chat to police, them I sing falsetto. Put on my go-to face and swing at MCU low.